Hey Geminis, welcome back. I'm here with your weekly reading for July 9th through the 17th. I've already pulled your oracle cards, then we'll do a general spread, and then we'll do a love spread looking at you and the person you're dealing with, followed by an advice spread, which I'll be using a new deck that I was able to get. This is the Tarot of Dreams. Absolutely gorgeous deck. It's been giving some really good advice for the signs so far this week, so I'm really excited about it. I was able to get it through some donations that were unexpected to the channel, so thank you guys very, very much. So if you'd like to be notified of your future readings, like and subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know you're here, say hi. I love reading the comments. And with all that being said, let's jump into it. All right, we have the Nine of Wands. I wish this would focus in better, but it doesn't. All right, then we have the Moth Spirit. Surrender now. That's interesting. The end of a tough cycle approaches with the full moon in Capricorn. And then we have the new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. This is kind of an interesting message here, Gemini. With the Nine of Wands, though, overall, you're feeling really guarded. You definitely have your defenses up. You just kind of have a wall. You've definitely put a wall between you and either a situation, a person, or maybe just everybody. You know, you just you're very guarded. You know, you're not really letting anybody in. But you have the Moth Spirit here, which is saying surrender now. Another thing I see with this Nine of Wands card, though, is still seeing the wall, but for some of you, it's almost like a determination, almost maybe like a stubbornness. Because I feel like your advice here is to surrender now, let something go. Because you have, look at this. These two fell out together, and that's why I didn't pull a third card from a different deck, because you had two come out together. And, one's talking about something's ending, and something new is coming in. So it may be that I feel kind of here, it's like, kind of put your defenses down and just kind of surrender. Just let whatever it is ending, let it end. Because you have your defenses up, you have this wall up, because it hasn't been easy. This card is saying it's been tough, it's been really, really hard, but something new is trying to come in. All right, something new romantically is trying to come in. So maybe just surrender now here. Let the old end. Kind of stop dealing with that and let the new in. Also, maybe that you're reluctant to let anything new in because you have been going through a rough cycle, and you're like, you know what, I don't want anybody new. I don't want anything new. I don't want any new BS that I have to pull up with. So you may even be being a little bit determined and having a wall up to whatever new is trying to come in. So take that how that resonates. It wouldn't surprise me if both sides of that, Gemini, the twins, you may even be torn right down the middle, on both of those. So I feel like that's why I'm getting so many kind of parts to that, to these four cards I pulled, and it's like I'm getting a million messages from. I kind of feel like that's where your headspace is. It's like there's two parts of you, you're like, well, I don't want anything new. I don't want any new BS. Look at this crap that I'm still dealing with from this old BS. Like, why would I want anything new? I just want to be done with all of it. But some of you might be blocking, part of you might be blocking what is ending, and then the other half of you might be blocking what's trying to come in. Maybe we'll get more into details in the cards, but I do find it very interesting too that something new is trying to come in. This is for a week, but we are also in a Mercury retrograde, which normally isn't really when new things really start coming in. You know, it's just like that's kind of not when things start trying. But, you know, it may be good for you. I don't know about y'all, but this, like, I could tell almost like the minute the retrograde started. It was insane. Like, I'd been fine, and then, like, the second it started, I was like, what is going on? And then I looked at the calendar, and I'm like, oh, okay. It was rough. It was rough there for a little bit. Hopefully, I'm powering through it, though. So hopefully y'all are as well. Hopefully it's not affecting you as bad. All right, Gemini. July 9th through the 17th. Gemini's focus, obstacle, advice, and most likely outcome for the week ahead. Please and thank you. We did have that come out. Two of Cups. You may already met this person that's coming in. All right. Okay, you wanted to come out too? Where are you? Come on. Sorry. All right, so pulled two for the overall energy. One flipped out, obviously, and then the other fell off the bottom of the deck. 9 of Swords here, and the 7 of Cups. So, Lord Gemini, you got a lot of anxiety. The good news is that I feel like it's this side of the 9 of Swords versus this side of the 9 of Swords. So it's like you're starting to kind of cut through the anxieties, kind of work through the fears, kind of seeing the light of day again, you know, trying to work through this. However, you have a lot of options or a lot of choices that you're feeling a little overwhelmed with right now. And I think that's going, you know, that's kind of been what's keeping you in this 9 of Swords energy. So it's causing you a lot of stress, though. You have all these options. You don't know what to do. Overall, just lots of sleepless nights. But I feel like you kind of like came to a point. Like I said, it's this side, not this side. I feel like you came to a point and you're like, I am so tired of this feeling. I'm so tired of, you know, this prison I've kind of put myself in. And so you're like, you know what? I'm going to work through it. I'm going to narrow these choices down. Yeah, it's overwhelming and I don't know what the hell to do, but I'm going to slowly but surely figure out, you know, make a decision, because I can't do this anymore. You do have the 2 of Cups as your focus, okay? And if it was this side, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is someone new that's come in, you know, you've already met this new romantic cycle or this new romantic person, and it's already started. But I feel like here with this side, you've met this person, and there's definitely a connection. I mean, this side is, the nighttime talks about emotions, feelings, that type of thing. And so this connection right here is definitely on an emotional level, on a, you know, on sort of a soul level, yeah, but like on a personality, y'all just click, okay? So it may not even be that it's a relationship yet. It's not really, you know, I can't really tell yet if it's a relationship, because you are trying to end, you know, you still got stuff you're working on, but there's definitely someone that if you haven't met, you will very soon. And it's going to be like, this person really gets me. Like, it's just like very emotional. It's not really the word I'm looking for. Yeah, it's deep. But it's like personality, like y'all's personalities just click. It's almost like they may be a complete stranger, but you kind of feel like you've known them forever. It's just a really solid, deep connection, you know, within that. I mean, I feel like it is going to eventually turn into romantic, but I don't get that yet, that it's romantic. So let's see. What is the Two of Cups here? Two of Cups. Oh, Nine of Cups. So you're working on fulfilling yourself, filling your own cup up. Actually, I'm getting here that the two of you are both very independent people as far as making yourselves happy. I'm kind of getting, because your focus here is, the Nine of Cups. You want to fill up your own cup. You want to make yourself happy. You're wanting emotional independence. And I feel like like I said, I'm getting this reading is really, really complicated because I'm getting two different messages. So for some of you, you're wanting to kind of break out of this emotional connection, possibly with someone that you're dealing with already, and have more emotional independence. Okay, for others of you, it's really complicated. There's someone coming in that you've met, or, it's new, it's recent, okay? But both of you are very emotionally independent, okay? But that is why y'all work together so well, because y'all know the difference, okay? Y'all know how to come together and support one another without having to lean on the other one to make for them to make you happy. I hope that makes sense, okay? Either way, it's good goal, good focus, okay? Whichever way that resonates with you. I hope it's not split. Now I kind of get to know what it's like to be a Gemini, having two parts of you battling all the time. Not all the time, but All right, so your obstacle here is justice, though. So, but this is a side where, okay. Justice, this is the backside of the justice. So the scales are like kind of been tipped, or, just laying on the ground. Nothing's really balanced. It kind of seems like nothing's really working out. Seems like nothing's really fair, and the Magician in the reverse came out to clarify it. So it's like things just don't seem fair right now, and just, and it's like you can't manifest anything. You can't create anything right now because, things just aren't working out in your favor. Things aren't, like I said, being fair. And that is, it's either how you feel about the situation. I don't really necessarily see anything about you needing to manifest anything right now, actually. It might be just take time to deal with this. You might absolutely 100% be correct that now is not the time to manifest anything because things aren't really fair. Don't know if it's not really that it's not fair. It could be that not everything is known about the situation yet, okay? So your advice here is the Seven of Wands. So, Seven of Wands, keep that guard up, okay? Stand your ground. If there is another, there's a whole bunch in there that flipped over. Okay. So, keep your guard up. Don't go looking for fights, because that's never really a good idea. Don't go looking for fights. But if someone comes at you or anything like that, don't be afraid to stand your ground and be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting up with this. If you want to argue, if you want to fight, I'll fight you type of thing, because I'm not going to roll over. Just stand your ground. But, that's not really what I want to be focusing my energy on right now. King of Pentacles, yes. Okay, stand your ground. Be solid, okay? Be wise. Choose your battles is another thing that I'm getting, okay? Don't be afraid to stand up for what you need to. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you need. what you really do need to stand up for. But then again, be wise about your battles. Be wise about the battles that you choose to fight. Make sure it's worth your time. Make sure that it's worth your energy, okay? Yes, there very well may be some things that you have to be like, you know what? I didn't really want to do this, but, you want to kind of go to war or go to battle over this? I'll show you. Be very kingly about this, okay? This is like your kingdom, your life, and, be wise about how you spend it and who you let in and who you let kind of, not attack it, but you know what I mean? Just, be like, be practical about it, okay? Choose your battles wisely is really what I hear from that. But don't put up with any BS either. All right. So your most likely outcome is change is coming. You got the 8 of Wands here. With the 9 of Pentacles coming up in the reverse. Okay, so I normally always read in this deck the 8 of Wands as change. You got this side. However, I feel like the change here is slower or more difficult than you want, because this is what you're wanting. You're wanting independence. You have right here, your focus is emotional independence, and you want financial independence, okay? You want to be independent. I mean, out of the 2 cards, and not necessarily the 2 cards, but these 2 right here, emotional and monetary, material independence. I mean, these are my independent cards, okay? So it's like you're working on your emotional independence. You're standing your ground. That's good. However, it's like your monetary independence, your material world independence. It's not that it's not coming. It's going to be a little bit harder for you to achieve, okay? It's going to be a little bit harder for you to get where you're wanting to be, to get where you're feeling comfortable, where you're feeling stable. So it's just, it's not that it's unobtainable. It's just that it's going to be a little bit harder for you to come by than your emotional independence. But the fact that you're getting your emotions in order and being independent is going to help you through that. You're just going to have some, it's just going to be a little bit harder than the emotional independence was for you. All right, so let's get into your love life. All right, Gemini. What is Gemini's overall energy and love for July 9th through the 17th? 6 of Pentacles. You're just focusing on yourself right now. What about the person Gemini is dealing with? The person or situation that Gemini is dealing with. What is their overall energy? King of Swords. Going in the reverse, I am going to say that it is possible that there could be some lying going on. With the Justice in the reverse, there's still probably some things you don't know. Sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. I broke my pair of sunglasses, and that's what I use to keep my hair out of my face, so. Just a warning, this person that you're dealing with may not be telling the whole truth, may not being honest with you. They may have they may have just cut off communication with you. I don't think either way you really care, because you are working on yourself. You're working on your own stuff. You're not really focused on them. I don't see you coming together with this person, or even trying to work on anything with this person. So is that another one I have flipped over? It was the Moon card. We'll see if that comes back. Okay. King of Swords energy. I don't always read it as just flat out lying, but sometimes I just get a bad feeling from it, and that's normally what it means. Five of Swords in the reverse, the Unknown card, and the Eight of Swords in the upright on your side, on their side, the Nine of Cups, the Fool in the reverse, and the King of Wands in the reverse. So I'm guessing that this person that you're dealing with over here, they have the King of Wands in the reverse and the King of Swords in the reverse. The Fool in the reverse. The only thing they're worried about, the only thing that they are focused on is really their themselves. The Nine of Cups, that was what you were kind of focused on. That's one of the things you were focused on, but you know, they want their emotional independence, but with the King of Swords being here and the King of Wands both being here in the reverse, I don't feel like this is necessarily a good thing. Meaning, like, I feel like their motives are very, very selfish and very, very one-sided. Like, they really just care about themselves. Because, I mean, you have the King of Swords overall in the reverse. King of Wands here, you know, in the spread. With the Fool in the reverse. So they're not really wanting to start anything new. And even if they were saying they wanted to, don't believe it. You, however, you're having a hard time walking away from this situation. I feel like it's because there's too many unknowns, okay? Like you're not really sure what's going on. It may be that you don't even know about everything that's going on with this other person. Like there may still be some lies and stuff, and like I said, the moon was there, so there may still be have some secrets, but either way, you're feeling trapped and stuck in the situation. You want to move on, but you can't. And for those of you, when I say someone's lying or cheating or anything like that, being a player, whatever, or especially, you know, if you don't get that feeling from them, if you don't kind of have that inkling going on, don't start thinking that that's what's going on, okay? Normally when this type of stuff comes out, you're kind of already knee deep in it. You kind of know what's going on, even though, you know, it's like, well, shit, that might be what's going on, you know? So whenever things like this come out, if it's something that feels like it's resonating, then yes, it's probably for you. Don't make it resonate, okay? Four of Pentacles for you on your side, Nine of Wands again, and the High Priestess. The World, the Ace of Swords, the Six of Cups. You know what I think this is? I think this is two different people. Okay? Because it's just a story they're telling. I mean, you have the Fool here, the King of Wands, you know, all of this, you know, this kind of is like, there's no wanting to connect with you. There's no wanting to start with you. But on this bottom row, all I see is wanting to start something new with you, okay? A new cycle, a new beginning, a new cycle. Again, new communication. And the Six of Cups is like, you know, that's my, could be someone from the past. So like this person you may have already known from the past or met from the past. I am feeling like this is two different people though, okay? So it's like, this one person's a big no, kind of making you feel trapped. So on your side, you have very, very guarded, keeping things close. All right, you may be saving your money, working on that, maybe even planning on leaving. But here is the good thing on your side is that you have the High Priestess in the upright. So there is something here that you're learning, okay? There's some kind of like bigger life lesson or spiritual lesson that you've learned through this. and you come out on top. And another thing I'm seeing with this, I'm really focused on the butterflies. So as shitty as this was, and as, you know, like, I kind of think you've been through the ringer, you still, like, you know what your intuition is now. You've really connected to it. You know how to listen to it. And I feel like that's going to be honest, I feel like once that happens, you know, you're still going to be guarded and holding things close. You know, you're not going to quite be ready to just open up and start trusting the world again. But your intuition's going to be on point, and I feel like that's when this person's going to come back. It could be someone from the past. Not necessarily that you were romantically involved in. Actually, I feel like it's someone from the past that maybe it's like always been kind of hit and miss. Like, you've always been with someone, or they've always been with someone. The timing's always been off. And I really feel like the reason the timing has always been off for the two of you, this new person that's coming in, some of you, this person might have like a come to Jesus meeting, like do a complete, you know, 360, is that what it is? A turnaround, and, you know, want to start something new, but I don't know how you flip completely opposite. I feel like this is someone from your past that it's just always been, the timing's just never been right, but you've always had this deep connection. And the reason the timing has never been right is because there were things that you had to learn and that you had to go through, and there were things that they had to learn and they had to go through. So when y'all did come together, it would be like, I'm kind of getting chills. Like, this is a really good thing, Gemini. I'm telling you, this is a really good thing. So I hope you stuck it out with me this long, because the feelings that I'm getting from that, as shitty as things have been, it's going to be more than worth it. Okay, just more than worth it. So let's pull some advice for you, Gemini. Geminis. Gemini. Advice for my Geminis for July 9th through the 17th. Got two already. Oh. Let's see what's there right now. Alright, we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Get rid of those, you know, get rid of that anxiety that's keeping you up at night. No need for that. The Eight of Wands. Change is coming. Change for the better is coming. This is a completely different deck. Same cards that was in your general spread. Five of Swords in the reverse. Again, you had that in your love reading. You wanted to get out, but something keeps dragging you back to it. Ten of Cups. Ten of Wands in the reverse. Okay, one more. Okay. You want three? Okay, we'll do three. Didn't really want to. Okay. So you have the Five of Wands here, the Queen of Wands, and the Judgment in the reverse. Okay, so let's get into this. So, you know, the Nine of Swords here in the reverse. Work through those fears and anxieties. Realize that they are not real, or that you are stronger than them. I'm not saying that they are not real, that you made them up just to make yourself, you know, but that sometimes we have the ability to worry about things so much that we start worrying about things that aren't even happening, that aren't even really likely to happen. So, you know, work on cutting out the anxieties and the fears, all right? Then we have the Eight of Wands, okay? And not the doves, or the white birds, I think they're doves. are coming out with the Eight of Wands. So I said, yes, the change is going to be hard for you. That's coming, but it is coming. Okay. It's like a brand new day. Like the change that is coming is going to be so beautiful for you. I mean, that's really what I'm feeling here. The Five of Swords in the reverse. Okay, stop letting this situation bring you back. Okay, I do feel like you are trying to get out of it. Again, it showed up in the love reading on your side. You want out, you want free of it, but it keeps bringing, sucking you back in, because happiness is waiting for you. Okay, happiness is waiting for you. It's part of this Eight of Wands, this change that's coming in. Once you can finally move out of this Five of Swords energy and leave that situation, happiness is coming. Okay, and all of that burden that you're carrying, all that burden, all those burdens, that you're carrying on your back, they're going to be gone. Okay, start working on getting rid of the burdens. Five of Swords, not Five of Swords, Five of Wands. Again, when this comes up in the advice, I always think it's interesting, but don't be afraid to fight for what you need. To fight, again, this is walking that thin line from your advice from your general spread. Don't be afraid to go to battle for what you need to, okay? For people that are trying to cross boundaries or things like that, don't be afraid to fight for what you have to fight for, okay? Just be wise about what you're spending your energy on, okay? And look at this, the Queen of Wands. So, be confident, okay? Be confident in what you're doing and what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to do here for yourself, okay? Don't back down. Don't let people try to get you to second guess yourself, all right? Look at her. She is very, very gorgeous, and she's not going to be manipulated. She's not going to be played a fool. She her mind is not going to be changed. She's very confident. And so, just kind of like, get more in that. And I do feel like these are really talking to each other. Like, she's not afraid to go to battle, to fight for what she needs to, okay? So don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. And the Judgment in the reverse. So truth may come out, okay? It may not. What I feel here is really that you don't really need to know what's going on. You don't really need to know all of the details. You don't, you just don't need to know any of that to do what you need to do to move forward, okay? There's just some things that are kind of out of your control, by you learning them, it's not really going to help you. If anything, it's just going to keep bringing you back. So you know what? Don't try to learn anything else about this, okay? Because that's how whatever the situation is keeps bringing you back in. It's like you're almost gone, and it's like, oh wait, you didn't know that this happened, or you don't know that this happened, and it's like, well, son of a bitch, now I'm right back in this. Don't do that. Be like, you know what? I don't care. Like, what's done is done. It's done. I can't change it. I mean, can't do anything about it at this point. What's done is done. I have happiness to look forward to. So that's where I'm going to focus my energies. All right, Gemini, that was crazy long reading. I hope you found some messages here that will help you through the week ahead. It does seem all kinds of hella complicated, but I really do believe that happiness, like crazy happiness, is on its way. So just hang in there and make it through, and I'll see you next time.